today, we want for lay on the table. Some people say this is not very good news for people where they seek job opportunities out of Sierra Leone. But there are some consequences we come with such opportunity where people came left salon for go Fenam and other countries them. The government of Sierra Leone through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security say they want the general public for no say the ban will then be put by overseas recruitment, then don't lift them. Before we come first on the lifting of the ban, waiting now be the reason we make the government of Sierra Leone through the Labour Ministry we put a ban on people where they come find people and say then they carry them go overseas for go work. And mostly outside with the talk of where this one they happen. Now outside and the Middle East. Now they happen. But now, yeah, we don't see who side with brothers and sisters, then they cry. Say they want to go back home. And they cry for the modern day slavery treatment them where then they get. Now, yeah, we don't host some of them. They don't explain exactly how it happened. When the ban be there in effect, it been stopped. No, I go say, because then we find another way where then they do them. Then they go through say, Guinea. And they go pass through Guinea. Now then they go board and go. I believe say you don't see search postings them, more especially on Facebook. Where people and they say that they recruit and they get posting in picture, put they say they in a airport, they don't reach blah 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 blah. You have people we don't go. Where at the end of the day, now the government of Sierra Leone, now them help them back for return home. When the president be go Lebanon, we see how them be help people them back for go back home. Before the one that will be they quit, remember that time when they say positive, not positive of corona. We see how they want and they back being go back home. But now the ban is no more. So now illegal for making the agents them we can go recruit people and say then get job for them, wherever for able for do them. But the ministry want for make me certain things them. The number one first way me get with this, now black and white, now they left. How many times I don't they say things with then kind of important matter, yeah? They need for the make voice note for WhatsApp and different language them impose and they. The one them where they can recruit, where they can go, they don't have time for this black and white paper press release where they just they left on they expect everybody say they go read them. Right here, we go do your own part. On social media, you will see people in post. And after that, you don't done. You don't done. Okay? Let me go through the press release from the ministry. It says this now the government of Salone through USAI, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. And the date will be the 30th of April 2021. Listen to the press release, and they say within this concern, the ban will be NEPA oversee recruitment. They don't pull and fail. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security, they wish for inform the general public for say that temporary ban will then be put per labour migration. The temporary ban will then be put per labour migration inside February 2019. Then don't pull them. When they pull them, they say they pull them Wednesday, the 21st of April 2021. They say this ban then be put them inside 2019 as a means for cut down the uncoordinated, they say coordination not been there, and the unregulated, no regulation not been there, with the inflow and the outflow of migrants. How then they come inside and how then they come out na door, which we are mostly facilitated by they say non-registered underground overseas recruitment agencies. The ministry wants me and you for no say. They want them maybe they take people and more issue then they come, then call them say number one they not register. Number two, na underground, na that kind of work then they work because waiting do, they know say that baru business they pa waiting then they do. They say they want and then they can like for say, then they can help you for go wherever. Say work they wait for you. Since the ban, the government through that, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, they say they don't work better one for put things in place. And the things that when they put in place, they say now for regulate the mechanism we go ensure for say we people are safe and then get coordination, safety, and coordination within the migrants them where they left Sierra Leone or where they enter Salone. They say now in this, listen, any recruitment agency we're interested in overseas recruitment process, number one, you for visit the Ministry of Labour for the regularization of your agency status. You hear me? If you na recruitment agency where one can take with people them from Sierra Leone, care then go wherever, mostly in the Middle East, but other places and they don't pop up. Care then go wherever. For say you get work for the already where they wait, then say as they land through tomorrow, then they begin make almost $100. Because now so now then they use for sell to them for care then go. Do ya? This now waiting the ministry wants you will get an agency. Let you know. For say as nothing they can you act so for say me, I want for help people. I don't get contact and so side. They say I look for people and for go work. As you can you act so. You for go to the Ministry of Labour. Because they want for look you better one and your agency. Make them show you how things will be done now. Then say you we want make that agency they must. This not by force, this not pauper, must process, they say possess a certification of authorization for operate as a recruitment agency from the ministry. Into the area, then say you, as that thing don't come by you forgo na the ministry, let go tell them, say, well, now so me heart don't tell me, or now so that me cousin, him brother, and sister, in Pekin, wife in Pekin, last cousin, now so he say, walk the yanda. And me and the Pumu themselves who don't talk now, they just said and tell me, because this time I'm waiting and get tell people. But for you, for operate that kind of agency, for can pull with people in a salon, carry them go whosoever they carry them go in the name of giving them job. Your recruitment agency forget certificate of authorization for operate inside salon from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Let no go say just you know be no. But again, who they try now, who they do we own. But we know say, even when the ban be there, then be still recruit people them. So we'll go come to that side, Tripoli, Massa. Let's continue. All, not to some, all recruitment agency for ensure say the ministry involved. All recruitment agency. Then say I like you feel to say you connected to the power grid. So you no mix. They say you mix. Yeah. All recruitment agency for ensure say the ministry involved per every stage of the recruitment process, including when they fen, including when they approve the overseas employment contract, and it's a must. It's a must for also make you know say the ministry in partnership with SOS Global Ghana Investment, they're responsible for handle the departure and the return of all Sierra Leonean migrants. Okay, let's read that part the back. I make the ministry say, we have to involve them in every bit. We have to involve them. And say now, then they work in partnership with SOS Global Ghana Investment. And then one in there, now the responsibility, how you take with people them, where you carry them go. Now so, you get arrangement back for bringing them gam. Until we sabi that parable, not so. And say if it's not right, I will fully matter. Let it come back. All right? The public, they don't know with the agencies. Now they can't talk with people them. Because then say so then can call we na the diaspora. Then say work there. That me cousin self. That me party and sister. We been go. Right now they take care of the family. It don't begin send. So for the public, then when the public for further inform say fees money, then they charge money usai necessary. The Ministry of Labor. Ministry of Labor say with all and good is here where then they pram agencies then. Not for free, not to charity then they run. The public is further informed that fees to be charged where necessary. So you don't suicide the thing for go up now. You don't suicide the underground get for come back. But anyway, let's continue. By the recruitment agency is yet to be endorsed or certified by the ministry. Then they can talk about money business. But to whatever that money they get for be, the ministry not great, but they don't lift the ban. Nah, that's alone. If you not agree with the people, them we get for can't take with people them. How much money for charge? Why you lift the ban? So is the ban being lifted for just recruit people them and let them they on standby waiting list till they agree for the money? Or waiting? Eh? Let's continue. The public is hereby advised into the area. They say make you not transact business with any individual or recruitment agency. We not show you the proof of the approved employment certificate. Yeah. You dey look for job and tell you which you go tomorrow. I hope you begin work soon. By the time they make, they don't be give me $1,000, $2,000. Eh? They say, no, go bring the waiting. The proof of approved employment certificate. The one they way desperate for go. And they ask for this, so when I make with there now, they tell them. They say without that proof of approved employment certificate and confirmation of the endorsed fees. Don't forget, the fees get for kind side. Although right now, they not agree to waiting at the fees. You know, eh? But you get for kind side. From that, the ministry. Then say if you not see that day, though you go. Anything happen to you, you're on your own. That's what the Ministry of Labor say. The thing they want I talk about just now, that approved employment certificate and confirmation of endorsed fees from the ministry. Then say if you not see her, then you fall underground. Well, until there you the word now underground, you know underground now. And say anything will happen with you, abadang na in that you're on your own. But now, they want for make we understand small thing back. Then say, with all waiting and don't talk so, with all waiting and don't talk so, the ministry, they kindly request authorities them. Now we major border crossing points. Le Kusai, Le Kulunge, Usai again, Balamuya, Usai again, Jendema. For deny labor migrant from departing Sierra Leone without evidence of the following. We look at a small issue now by this internet. Where we try for solve them. We look at a small internet issue. I don't know if we not get anything, but we try now for solve them. On the $1,001 internet too. And they misbehave so. Okay. We back for now on Facebook. We saw you at the $1,001 internet and they misbehave. But don't go to the one working patch with. Say that one day they ready. We'll continue. Okay? With all waiting, I don't talk so. The ministry, because who read that part, they don't want to be Facebook, they not be here. With all waiting, I don't talk. The ministry say the authorities then waiting at Lunge International Airport, Balamuya and Jendema, for deny labor migrants from departing Sierra Leone without evidence of the following. 1. Approved employment contract for overseas employment by the Minister of Labor and Social Security. 2. Overseas employment certificate issued by the Minister of Labor and Social Security. 3. Labor clearance issued by the Minister of Labor and Social Security. They don't tell them security there, the immigration there. For see there, if them people had to come, we not allow them for go. When them be they left for go Guinea, how them be they pass? You think say when they reach Balamoya, then they go talk say, oh, nah, so. No, they don't coach there. They don't coach there waiting for talk. How them for behave? They know exactly waiting for do. So when they reach there, then they go talk say, now so how they go. No. But like I said earlier, there is a lot for do by this particular one. But good thing for do by. Because the human trafficking from Sierra Leone to the inside the old people in the struggle, enough for safe. Enough for today, enough for tomorrow. At all not. So if government of Sierra Leone don't open the game again, waiting they don't put in place. Go be your question. Then me, Tripoli, go show you the press release where I don't read to you. You want them? Where they go? You think they don't care about press release? You think they want to know? But the government don't talk. They say, if all waiting they don't talk so, with all waiting they don't talk. If you go, I like to make videos say, Papa government, una can't take we. And say you do on your own. Because waiting them put in place, now for say, if anything go south, if anything go high enough for go, agency don't they now. We not their own responsibility that one day. I the left for country. If you know work, not so if you come back. Enough for them at the government in aid. I make them they ask for that money. Because they want make you pay one thing in advance. But anyway, that all I have for us, make a count who's friend, make query, waiting and get for it today. Yes, who's friend, you get the platform, sir. Welcome on board.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, and thanks for the relentless effort we dey make for you will come on here, what did happen. Thank you very much, and thanks to all the listeners and viewers. And me on take inside this migration issue because na labor migration, and we don't stop am because of a reason. But again, when we look beyond that, then we don't begin again at some point. And if you don't begin, I think from one land, just for game skeleton framework, now I think that young Kaba in time wouldn't be make a kind of a treaty where people want for go get cheap labor or not a cheap labor for go find for go hustle abroad. So put another way there. So they make a treaty with them Gulf country there, Kuwait, Oman, and so on. But Kuwait more, right? I think they can get they may sign directly with. So that may they go on. Some people were all right, but it begin to get an influx. All right. Some they fall in the hands of people that were not too good people that what would they mean they go work for. So go on, and they been just begin to bring now people in eye open. Then they can't they stop them after some point, which is a good thing they may do. But what we just concern here, how much effort would they don't do for letting go able for access? Because it involves quite a lot. And the assessment, the travel see I mean we are in them if we don't look at that agent based, they look at the agency them, then look at they look at the embassy, and then they involve the International Labour Organization. Then the most important one, another international organization for migration, another IOM. So, but I don't know how far they involve them for able for know. Because from what you had to try for see, people in the question, then they try for see visa type and the type of folk what they go do. Then are like people that will know about what people and they go experience the organization they will this alone. Then they try for educate now the Ministry of Labor for say this is legal what you are doing. But the most funny part of it, you are risking the lives of people. But it is very complicated because I've been involved in that conversation. They were even the initial not be able to get some clear until the minister, I mean, somebody this don't be would not be voice for the government, the minister not be lady. But the point where they not be able to get, they all we are still the concern. For say, first of all, they get visa, they want a different type of visa. That night, the first type they for all understand. Then the type of visa they wouldn't be, then they enable you for do certain things, and then they limit you with freedom, and then the society they limit the freedom is not limited. But then they look at it, say it is legal because when you get the voting at the document for go work in a visa, will say a visa 20, nothing will legal. We in the surface part of it. Then you fly, you go. But what I fail for realize is that first of all, what make the people when at the Gulf states bring about this business here? What that they plan would then get between the countries and would then get countries like Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain. Make I go just go there quick. Then we don't get an agreement when a treaty we now the Gulf Cooperation Council. So, but because of their own lifestyle, wouldn't get people then wouldn't get they do certain work. So that side they open up more flexible. So then they find people that would come for can do that type work there. Then based on their own money value, they will able to still pay person. They know they go at a loss. Not put on that way there. So they make them illegal. So you go travel, what they say that passport you get. You go on a plane, you go land there. Because the government they allow you, because that's when they come on. So because of the law on the other side, say, when the people are go to the treat when they say, first of all, then they take their passports, Then they get agency them back when are legal agencies and when they work with other agencies like salon. So when the person gets visa 20 he go, the agency and they go deal with them. Then he cross over for go work. But because of the nature of the job, not to work where they go work where they go work by hours, when are the other one when are the visa 18, they get visa 22 back. But then they are different one. So but the visa 20, you they go because they expect see the what you they go experience, you not go able likely stand them. There is a chance for see some people then go run away, some people then no go lecker. Some people then go stay, then lack the job. So because of that, when they say, well, they keep their passports. So that will stop people from come out. Then they put the law back to the police and say, person won't get visa 20. When you not see on the streets, you not therefore arrest her if you not get that document or if you not deal with a other work permit. Because then they give them a work permit. So when you go, then they give you this work permit, like an ID card, will get you details, let them renew for you. That not the one way they allow you forget. If they meet you even now when they're in the street, they find out say you know the under you boss, that moment then they arrest you. So but the passport for sure say you can be it there in the hands of the one they will the whole and what are you misses. So that's not the law. So that one day they'll not be able to forget. So that one they are concerned, they get for review. I don't know if that one day they review for say they don't put a stage for that so you get that freedom day. The only one way assist inside this street here with the next one recently, they say they're going to pay the people in the account in a salon. So they're just going to give a living allowance under. But again, that one day they don't day before. Now they this thing again for happen, they grow up with them become misused. So in other words, they are still paying less. The people they never go subjected to this. Then they get for go subjected to wasting they get for deep and something where not go learn what then they call. I think the most time they can get the argument between the migration, smuggling, and human trafficking. But this one a migration smuggling because the migration smuggling now you they pay you agents. So obviously the country when a salon they are actually doing a civilized migration trafficking. I'm sorry for saying this in a way. I know they say what they do is not good for zero to effort for let people and go work because now money when you actually compare $300 or 250 we compare na salon in Boku actually when you put it relatively because you don't go pay bills again you not go for pay transportation but on one side you go there then they feed you only they are all left over now in the can na salon when you pay what they come so you know was that side is good but the idea is people then they go face people that wanna boss them when some of their master and misses them they know they treat them well. Some people are not able for work the way when they go expecting the work would day. So when it happen, then they try to go out na the street and run away, or they will end up for do things where most times they get either the husband they become hostile, or most times that the female they become hostile. But in most cases in the Arab state, that the female then they become hostile. From what they need they follow, I can talk to people, I can see what it happen. Now female then they hostile because they exist a you the male now like a threat to them, you to your husband. That if those incidents happen. So in other words, it is more of a civilized way. But in our international organization for migration, they don't try. They don't try saying that they even bring their migrants, they are all going to the season saloon. The only thing I want now, matter building just go sign one of the one they want like now Lebanon, they push them come. But the other ones, they want the last one, they be cutting and Senegal or Ivory Coast, they get for now they get for stop with them, then they fly them now to different destinations because at the place where they left for them will go towards the North Africa, then they cross over and go. So in other words, all they have to try and study, these visas are done by category. Then this one are a treaty when at the Gulf states of the Arab, then you get Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates with Kuwait. The agreement what they get. So any side where you go, now the same situation you may be illegal from there, you dey travel. So now that one thing people like, they're not going for try to understand them say, oh well when the government don't involve now, this is a correct thing. Would they go? Yes, but the human dignity would be behind and the question that one day. Some people that they succeed because I know people that they ask to I don't buy land, I don't do this. But the point is that the ratio of people that when they struggle because they even get another 200 who are waiting to come back. You see? And then they are still pushing people to go. So in other words, they has to still go again to this area where they go draw the line, talk to the government, then they don't get Kuwait now as a kind of allied country. They see Kuwait, they kind of their side. So these are the things and therefore lobby with the now see. Well, Una try raise this to the Gulf. The Gulf Council Una get because the Gulf states there, Una get oil, Una able for Una get money where it be saved value. So now for that una able for put 200-300 una pay made. Then the person he go able for fly it kind of yeah. But the point is that when I talk to them, say that this one I will try do, or else they put the barrier of access. The people are not get freedom for the Komo or he go waka. But because again the job nature, it makes some people and therefore run. So the only idea what I believe is let them try forget about this visa 20. They try create the 18 where you can able go sometimes online self. You will able to apply to the embassy, then the government they endorse that one day. Then you go as a skilled worker. Because once they don't begin doing a salon, then they try to train them in there because there's some the way they go, they really go work well, they don't understand which electrical appliances like a microwave and that thing. So now then they get a course where then they train them so they will able to go know how to go live there. So when they go get problem. So that's the one idea when a good one when they identify. But what about the area where the person they go land? Just like how they try for make trading lungi apart and say not good for left plain land. In the land, it is the safetyness. So when the safetyness of outside the person they go land, they're able to address them. Then people then go able to go. In other words, the point here is that the people then therefore go get jobs, the people then therefore go, the people then therefore able to get small thing for live, but there is going to be the same situation wherein the people then because that's so the job called for, we go then get for holy passport, where you go, you get for be exposed to certain things, they get for work to a contract. Then when they pay you, instead of they pay maybe likely the agency they hand and now will they bring them. So that now the agency, the only way they are the home that they don't cut down. But in the question I'll say, then people there, they go get access to the embassy, where they go they complain, where the embassy go they get feedback. So that might be a kind of let's say a case study then we'll do. But if you get for me a case study, then people are going for go with this case study, some of them they will come again bitter. So if they don't open this, because there is no way, because most of the things they do, once they don't go, they can't return again. Until they go back to side, they say, no, review. But let them make as a case study, the embassy, one day they want to salon embassy, then become vigilant for deal with them people that will they can, either Kuwait or Oman, so that when they can, then will they get a regular feedback of how they treat them. Then if they find out, say, this method when they do, it not still work 3% to do in one time, they stop them. Then they say, well, who don't know more we'll go for the common of the country now. If you no say, then people there, then they ask you for let you land the work. And as long as you land the work, what you get for do? Go fair and work there. Apply for the visa 18. Because the visas they wouldn't get, they get visa, the visiting visa, where you get for get sponsor over 90 days, then get the resident visa, then get the transit visa and the entrance visa. When that entrance visa, and then they can try for take when they change into migration, when they get 18, 20 for all the Gulf countries. Then the only one they will not get are European countries and other things. Then in the day on the law they say, so when you come on a Commonwealth, you don't need to forget visa, like I do salon. We will bring them passport issue, but a separate issue. But the point here is therefore say, therefore no waiting like then your migration law. Not to the waiting they don't mix and build them up for saying this if they don't do. When instead of put the people that own agents in a third party in a Kuwait, no remove them, not just do all the thing, the certification of them 3 documents there for saying that we approve them, that we approve them, that we approve them. But you not get an approval from the Kuwait or Oman. So all the negotiation on waiting government deal. So it's still able for like people when they make false documents. It's sure the place. He pass he go na Guinea. Because like Egypt for that left like Egypt, then they get one visa. Now they just stop her. Egypt, all you need to buy your ticket. They get possible they go take you. They don't need visa as like on arrival. Now only recently. So they back people they get for go Boku, they go there. What the person go down help you for fair person there now. All you need now for travel, but they travel through Guinea because they not be need a visa for stamp. all you need that you travel, your passport and travel documents. So that are the things I get for try look into. They are helping the people. It is quite good, but the number of people who get for profit, I don't know if they go boku past the one that will get for go struggle. And this same method when I go see the work in boku, because when they go grab from 6 o'clock, then they work continuously. They not get shift. Then they get break all day like the time in between, but they know they get that freedom. If they come out with the master in the missus. And for now, you go change the visa from 18 to 20. I mean, from 20 to 18, you have to leave the country. When you come up with, now they say they can't apply back for visa 18. When they go make you employer now, what did they? Now they give you that chance, they say, I don't give you work for you, you can't work. So now they think they are really one that they're looking to. So let me not put for say what they say or what they don't do the wrong thing. The point is that they're not still. I don't know if that's not in they're not explaining to the people because the guy say I they go sit down at table, I try to talk with them in there. But the way I sitting don't go, I feel like the same way where they get this visa 20, what are that slavery way that they call them or migrants migrant workers there, then they go get we now officially the official, but the point is that now the law they get where we did behind them. And then law they are there for try locally rectify. Where the people are go subjected to this because they not tell you about your passport, they not tell you about anything, they just say now about your salary. So either they pay to. Now the embassy then they pay for them and send them here, or now the government open another agency under back. We they don't begin to say and pay them, and then they will excuse me, they will pay back the other agency behind them. Because why you for pay? All you need now you for pay no more for what you need. That now you passport. You get her. Then all then they help you now for stamp them, then you go find the work. But if in the beginning they say you they pay, that means they are having somewhere they are paying money to again. So then don't remove the agency that will be there under where they make profits, then carry back they find one or two agencies and give them a small thing, then move with the people and then go. So agency na salon, agency na the home country, na the Kuwait or any place, and then they don't remove that one, they then get the new agency. So most likely now for that thing, they put say change money way is necessary. In other words, they charge money way inside necessary. So that one day they expect them. So me, I still doubt about this, and I still get concerned about it until the minister, if he comes until he go able to explain that one they find because we don't hear the other side. They ask them questions there. Even if they're there for see, but they see them will bring them back. Then the one where they ask them during one of the EYV side them. But the point where I still not see based on what you look around this visa business. Now, if for tell we say this is visa 20 or this are visa 18 that they get. But then I try for they get the people in visa 18 because visa 18 you they apply when a skilled worker you go work you earn up to $800 you earn up to $700 unlike the other worker they work between 180 it depends on the time they go to 200 250 the maximum when a money as I see in a salon but the dignity and some they will get for go face situation where you know, they try to say they always exposed to the danger of the housewives for cause harm to them. Now so then your culture call for. So I only hope see them will able for look to the entire there, let them be able for control because if the migration IOM then they try for bring people they cost them millions of money, then they move them, bring them come back, they only push again for care and go, and then what you get for expect? Who say na decide whether that organization they go get money? Something like they will say they go. Something una African Development Bank for go loan to now. Something like they back there say they go get money because they all now people all together and then they go find money back for can lend to now. So all those areas, so you they try for live areas of expenditure. You try for develop something. You avoid other things for let it be. Create work for the people in the country if you know able to learn their skills. We know say they want to help people, but if they know say this time for be the outcome, let them left them and let them left the one they want to try for bring people and look into the lifestyle of the laborers them, improve them the lifestyle home and abroad. And people are not going to go again for go down in our water. The one they try for reach other areas them. That one they in a different issue again. But the one they now when they come on legally back, they go, they go meet a better life, then go face sideways now strict life boy, then they get the money, but then get for say, yeah, nah, I will know when I don't come. If I go, I no go think of coming back. So those are the kind of things I hope see them go able to look into. Agent-based modeling, and then look into the immigration laws, and then talk to the organization that will evolve, and then they put them to the people that own the Gulf Cooperation Council them, and then they try and look into, because then they don't make a treaty. So the treaty will then put now will get for follow to. But law will not follow am if you feel like detrimental thing for people number tomorrow. Because you go they get 10 people when people who don't prosper, then you they get another 7 who don't go struggle. They don't get traumatic stress. They don't get a lot of trauma, and then the environment not suits them for can live a life. So then they even refuse them. And some are even coming pregnant. Some of them, their husband, then they even refuse them. They claim they refuse for taking them back. So those, the government will not know. They don't try to recruit some of the government, they help them. But they see, say, a subsistence help. So that the government will get side for the help again. That money, they don't go outside now. The one that we learn, where you come on, you go. Some of who don't care, who can, we can. We not get hate to government. They can't see an enemy create. So you go your own way. You will help the people that God make you prosper. But in the way we are in, they tie a treaty for where you pay for go. The way you go, that's how then they go put you one side. And then when they go to all the right you get, and then you turn back with that money, then the one that when I decide where they talk of sin and traumatized, the 10 people there, they are going to be the targets, because then when they look for 9 people and they help them. So you see, they are not progressing. The people that want to go, they are not progressing. Let only the 20 then come progress. So then they develop. But when the 20 go, now 8, now 12 don't go better, the 8 don't not better, because they party them. So the 8 and therefore depend on the 8, the 20. You don't go be 100%, not to all man go help people, but it's just what kind of ratio there. So these are the simple things. Some people then therefore they introduce when they try for help the country, let the country go before. They know when they go grander, they forget about this, then this other thing come back. Before then they forget other thing, they grow up. And when they grow up, after deal with it now, they cannot know. So let the government try to look into that. Thank you very much for giving the platform. Let God continue for help we and bless you, Master. Thank you very much, sir. God help you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yes, sir. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sven.
Most, yeah, welcome, yeah.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to Usfriend for in own part where he don't play in this discussion. I believe say this is an important one we did deal with today. If you don't follow, whenever we brothers and sisters them can call for help, you don't know how they can explain how then they suffer. And for the government for say they don't lift the ban, and this now waiting they don't put in place where I don't try for breakdown for you. I hope so you pay attention. Make we bring in Janet. Make we waiting a get for it today. Yes, Janet, you get the platform.
Yeah, hello everybody. You don't tell why I'm not come. Well, I'm here today, and this labor business now, na Kuwait or in the Gulf, like where us friends say, if it's regulated, if it is properly regulated, it will be a nice thing. But when we begin work with them, 2013 to 2017, where I just became so disappointed. So I mean, there's so much abuse they go on inside this kind of work your sister and brother that they go do, and I didn't place them there. So I mean, I don't know what the government has said today, because truly Triple, I wasn't listening. A job to say just catch up with you just now. We did try for explain and waiting with who's friend be to say, but having worked with these people, even with the IOM, as a volunteer. Nobody paid me. I was just doing this for myself because of, my love for humanity and all of that. But we know, say, at the heart of this labor business inside the Gulf, let me take Kuwait for an example. The abuse is enormous. The abuse where they under. I mean, this is not speaking like I say no more. I say, I know. So if government decides, say, then they leave the ban for people go work na Kuwait, work na other Gulf countries. I just want for bring on our attention. I don't put one link from on just now about the Human Rights Watch, the report where they put out. you know. And first of all, what I want to say is that if the Minister of Labour work with the Ministry of Labour na Kuwait, you know, I think to say they will get away whereby they will regulate the work. Because say for example, the Human Rights Watch, the labor law na Kuwait say you for work from 9 to 5. But these people here where they take them picking their own, where they go work for them. They wake 6 in the morning. They work till 2, 3 in the morning. It's unbelievable. Slavery at the heart of this work here. So, but I learned from two countries them, the Philippines and the Indians them. They put their foot down and say we want work to be regulated by the Ministry of Labour. We're going to be reflected in the work where the people need to do, and then different homes where they employ them. You know, so what you then do, then cut out this third party then when they come, send tickets and send visa. You go no more. Where you go, they hand you over as a slave. The Philippines, they don't take that nonsense out of their own people and working schedule. So waiting we don't do this work for so long with them people like so. Waiting me go want for see for less alone government go do. Now for regulate, then get into a contractual situation with the employers in na Kuwait. For say we people we woman them when we pick it when they go work for una, then they go tap in a hostel. They should no longer be allowed to stay na the property of the people where they employ them. So you go work 9 in the morning, you come out at 5 o'clock. That's what the Philippines they do now. The Filipinos that's what they do, and the Indians they follow that ruling. You know, so we want from I tell you what, Tripoli, when you speak to these girls, when you hear the stories, you listen. I don't care how strong you are, you will cry. Period. This is abuse at the heart of. They don't go for money, but they are being abused. Some of them they don't pay them. There's physical abuse. There's sexual abuse. You know, there's everything. They get few girls that will return as Sierra Leone. Women know about. Women know one particular one day when they eat salon, he die. The woman turn hot tap on them, hot oil. Now he pop on the pikin. They're not green like hospital. There are many stories. So if the government say yes, we don't open door for men to go work, this is what we will be saying to the government. Do ya una regulate the working hours? Una make sure say we sister the way they go work, not tap like the people that host the employers that host them. We don't want that because the Indians and the Filipinos they do. So now hostel and they go tap, then they pay their rent and they go work 9 to 5. Then people get a thing when they do. You go work for one house, and they didn't take you. Can you go around? You go work for 4, 5 different families them for the same pay. Every month don't save, then they pay you. Then man then they back, then they abuse it sexually. Then the woman then they physically beats the picking them. There's so much story when we don't put together, when we don't advocate. I don't work with the IOM. They send email to the IOM, and you know, funnily, Tripoli, it's not only Sierra Leoneans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Ugandans, Cameroonians, Ghanaians, you name them. With effects for them through the IOM for me they repatriate them to their country. So this idea that they say they want to let people and work. We want their work to be regulated. Employment law, the country get in law. The people where they employ them, people picking their asshole, they don't respect the law. So in as much as government want to do everything that they try to do so, may they go back to the heart of the employers them through the labor ministry and say to them, this is what we would like to see. Otherwise, the abuse could continue, like what Usman said. The abuse will not go away, and may they cut out the third party. They're human traffickers where they can't take them, and then they work for. If you say they work, you are in trouble. So I just want to say, even though it sounds positive, it sounds exciting for the one who will not get job, who won't come out for get job, we want to warn them. The dangers are there until the government go into them place they are so and review the laws them and make sure that they stick to the laws them. Abuse, it will be well alive and kicking Thank you for giving me the time today for Cam. And again, I just want to say to you, Chipule, my sister will be laid to rest tomorrow, and I make you don't see me all in Temia, you know. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Janet. And you please say your sister in soul go rest in peace.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah. Well, we don't hear from Janet the aspects we intake this conversation today. The government don't lift the ban on overseas recruitment. We mostly know say na the Middle East. Na this thing they take place. Okay. I don't read them. You don't hear within the government say. You hear what your friend say. You hear what Janet say. Within you say. Within you say about this. The phone line open now for make yourself be part of this program. Make your voice be heard. If you're watching on Facebook, looking at the green section, you will see the numbers then they scroll there. 232-78-990-991 232-78-990-991 on WhatsApp. 44-739-803-0402 on WhatsApp. Or 1-646-610-3107. You can call them direct. The phone line open now. If you want to be part of the program, you get the opportunity. I want to kick Abasi. He said just watch one documentary in Al Jazeera this past weekend on migrant workers. He said the migrant workers, especially the Africans, them, and they abuse them physically, sexually, emotionally. He says a lot of government need for put things in place. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and no side call from, please. Okay. We get small issue now with connecting. I'll try to fix that. But the phone line is still open. We'll see if we're good. All right. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and no side call from, please.
Yes, I'm Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
I just want to say, I want to tell the government, I hope say they sensitize with people there. For lifting the ban is a good thing, but let them sensitize with people there. Let them know say who side they go so. Not to people and they them people they're not too fond of black people. And you treat two people there real bad. But when they kind of we country, they treat them fine. So I hope say the government sensitize with people there. Let them know. Let them be aware. And so we sister there, and we brother there, we go under. Yeah, I know say we all want to go find greener pastures, we all want to go survive. But if not there you want to go, fine. I support you now, I pray for you now. I hope say things work out for you now. But we not be careful. Then people and they not that entire lifestyle that they used to for treat we. So now be careful now you go under. Then people they treat we very bad. I just hope say the government sensitize the people. Let people know. And let the government put measures there in place so people are not going to suffer the entire suffer they are. They treat you people and bad, like complete slavery. Yeah, we beg the government. Let them sensitize the people and yeah, we beg them. Now good thing when they lift the ban, but a lot of people they are aware. Say them place they want to go, that dangerous place them back for it. Especially then guy then they rape woman they under bad one. So I'm your contribution I know more.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and no side call from, please.
Yeah, hey, Triple A, you know, Okay, hold on. The thing is, why everything government? Let government do this. Let government do that. Not the government send them there. You don't put a program here where you even invite the fellows and where they call. We're not good to reserve. How many times the talk say Saloma not good to Saloma? We get young boys and women, then they cause this havoc. Then they go na Freetown, take them picking the money, take them young man the money, carry them go and left them in harm's way. Not to do themselves for to go by themselves. But everything government got to do something. I'll give you an example. Look what thing they go na Qatar. Unanimous Indian and Pakistanis and Afghanistan and we don't die na Qatar for build stadium then for the next World Cup when they can host. Then government they not get nothing for do to thing they go na Qatar. Look, you know how many people who don't die for bills just for build stadium the way they treat them. Now so Arab man they. Afghanistan or Pakistan or India for don't do something about it. You know how many people all died there? Even them they talk say let FIFA remove the World Cup come on at the hand. But because FIFA they don't get their own coats, they don't get their own brown bag. So they're not going to remove and come on at Qatar. So all this talk all the talk, government need for do so. We government not get nothing for do with what thing they go on na Kuwait. Nothing, zero, zip. Because most of them people are with the left will swallow the good. The government don't even know about them. We get with your young brother, then you don't bring the show. One man can they act like saying all kind type of allergy. In getting young 20 something or 18, the whatever number wouldn't they call the immigration visa day. Then you get another young man will come back. At least in that show they even the talk say the lady then wouldn't they go there, then they act up, then they set them up, then they do this. Then the beginning they tell you how then they treat them, then they take them money in their hand, then they use them back sexually. We are young brother then, they young brother then, where they come and take money in their hand. So Lord put government commodity. We government not get no control over what thing they happen in Kuwait or Qatar. Because we don't see how the people that they do not have nationality then. That stadium where they build in Qatar for the next World Cup, my perfect example. Because then other country they said before don't put their foot down and say something to Qatar, but nothing not done. So all we can say, let we sister that we understand. Like me and you with the go na salon all the time, we see the sufferness because they did at the grassroots. Now Eastern may come out. They see how we brothers and sisters, then they suffer. It just that like when somebody they pass and drown, live safe now see the whole land. That's so salon they right now. But we just get for we know for keep for advise them. Say all is not well in this Arab country. But not pull government commodity. We government not get no fault now. No laws not the way they go put. We go stop the way that people look Lebanon of all place. Lebanon of all place. We not get nothing. Look at them they treat with sister and they. What you go do? Once you tell them say when I send them come back, like watching the president go do try, they say when I care and go back. Some of them people like they smuggle themselves. And when you talk now, just know if the government like when they put bans, so you go see people say, well, the government not gonna work for them, then they go for work for themselves. Now human right, because Salona they no more know about human right. Any small theory they go human right, human peace, human protection. Then go on their own, then go free willy. Then they go on their own. So let them love government commodity. And I don't know, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Omar. Please, the phone line very hot, and on Anosina Salon, they will get limited internet access. So let's just go straight and let's just try for make an to the 3 minutes. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please. Yes, caller on WhatsApp.
My name is Binti, I call from Lebanon.
Yes, Mabinti from Lebanon. What thing you get for it today?
You dey live on the particular program. You see, it really saddens me for yeah, you say the government don't lift the ban and they get a lot of things for do first before even if they lift the ban. Where they talk to you, so me, who say me they work na Lebanon, the people where they work for na Lebanese them from Salon. While it's people and better enough for work for other people and the way they need treat me.
Wetin I dey go through, I dey lay me life for sleep. Na yeah. Then take me for for car work na one house. I dey work past 3 hours. I dey work for me madam, me mama. If na like lady Ramadan no left me. I dey work for him mama. I dey work for him man, him mama. Him paddy dey wey dey come. I dey work for them. I dey grab 7 o'clock na morning. I need sleep till 11 for $200. And when they accept stay back, then they pay me na salon. Where if you check the dollar rate na salon na 1,030,000. But the $200 for wey they accept say they pay me na 1 million leons they give me. To me one green pikin. People, them people they are very heartless. The government get beaucoup thing for put in place. If ever they let people in for kaya. I for done me 2 years with them. This May 7, that next tomorrow. I tell them back say I for go home. Not to come on so soon, men. Them remember all Libanese where they talk. Remember where person they talk it's right. They do you bad. The kind pain where you they feel. Wait till you they go through. Not to come on. They even tell me say if you want go buy me ticket for myself. Not to come on to pass where I get some lady the way the America where me said about Sule. Then the man later called the office say no like if I don't the contract now they for buy tickets for me. That's why I say I they go come back. Take your passport now you hand. Now where na next people I will make sure say I make video. Then you watch outside this sleep in the morning. Then I dey make sure say you see this spare room where they get where they not get my give me for sleep. I will make sure say I video every side. Then you see. So for let the government leave the ban, particularly ban or me, I need a place let me enemy kaya. Because when you check the rates, for me, I know let me enemy kaya tripoli.
Okay, I want to talk
Like when they
small.
say
I want to talk
yes,
small. So, if government for do anything, what do you want me government
yes.
to do? You don't did it. You don't see how this thing they work and everything. What do you want
One
exactly
thing per them
government for do?
one thing per them people you need able to change them. You need able to change and they raise this now one. You governments go don't put the law them, but they need to work through that. Like when you ready for kaya, then go tell you say you dey off 10 o'clock, you off 9 o'clock, where you can a different you they make mates now one family you they work for my car, they no one they pay me na me hand. Pass you need money. You they put in for let them give you money. Where they work for them confirm. Government go try, but they no go able because in them. Na see where they in them. You no go able to change that. The racist. Even the cup where you they drink, they need to drink pack. They don't want church you safe. So na see where don't they in them. For like the tell I come, I be feel say when people we connect with salon, they not for take me passport. Where by right where you take country, where you take person passport, that na the whole country for you don't see. Then me now one thing I believe triple A. If you the person they work for you, you they get and fine. No need no they following on away. Yeah. But when you see that they take people and passport, then because they know say they need to treat people and fine. Now that's make. So for Canada say you go don't determine you they determine being for car work, but where they can wait till they meet they make you discourage. Then they let us know like you the Philippines then where they see them put things in place that they make by them back. Government's not able to change them. They're not able to change them. They're not able to change that triple A. So the government therefore tell the people and the two way they can face him. Say them go try. who side they able, but they get for tell the people in the facts. But they get a very big work for do for them side there. Because time they can force you against with the money, it's people. You know they want the money. Now how you like for Komoya now you remember. Remember they don't they say the contract now 2 years, they don't the contract for lay left back na problem. For lay left go na you country na problem. They are all the same. You see? So the government therefore really try for sensitize people and they talk about that side, but who sign me in Lebanon, we then say slavery for black people is civilized, slavery not civilized, legalized, and not civilized. Where kaya you now they tell you will value you want the salon despite anything.
Okay, I
Like
want
that
to do
parable then
something, yeah? We
yeah,
left
yes,
this
sir.
conversation today. Into the contract by
Okay.
God power, it is done. You they can salon, me at this
Yes.
salon. On this
And they
number,
can by June 1st.
yes, on this number, there where you can salon.
Yes.
Contact me.
And I
Then,
they make sure say a video make evidence, then they wait see me particular they go through.
okay.
I they make sure say I get evidence them back.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, yeah?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, yeah.
Okay.
I think, say, this conversation we get for continuum at another day. We definitely get for continuum on the left hand so. Yes, caller, you dey live on here. Your name and no side they call from, please.
Yeah, this now Usman Mansari. They call from Maryland.
Yes, Usman, you get 3
Uh,
minutes.
For say a privilege for me to have this conversation, becoming one of the men that will go overseas, who go Iraq, 2005. The bad rumor come out to return, then God help will be very, very lucky for them among the other about 60 of you succeed for work directly for the United States military. Waiting that lady been the talk just now. Some that the first thing who are the begin first about we country would they be in? You see, Middle East, like other lady they talk so Arab man they're racist. Like I don't tell you, me they talk to you, so me I'm Muslim. They're racist. But trust me, they work here so country like Kenya, India, Philippines, the Southeast Asia, most of them. They work out and go work in the Middle East. But they help them. Country like Bangladesh, where they export one of the they export the highest people for go work overseas. Where that one day directly they help the economy. Okay. Some of I go slap begin first like when we been go 2005. Then go to saloon, we go Iraq now the time where the war been tense in Iraq. You understand? Then pay we $150 for month, $40 allowance. When we go reach, we not the lowest pay, even the other hand they will meet in their man them. And they all begin place like this, then they pay with that kind of money day. Because the people then go directly to the government na saloon. Okay. I can't fortunate for work for the company where I can't fortunate for work for KBR where they work directly in the US military contractor them. Then first of all, they hire you directly. They don't want no third party. They don't go through no government. You understand? Then they hire you directly. Then buy you tickets. You fly come and they pay you directly. The account where you want claim money go now they go. When I believe it's the best contract down the road ever gonna salon. We then pay we almost the same money like the citizen in America. Then give you respect. Everything we go work in Iraq. 30 days, most of we all the Americans as I talk to you right now. So the other lady they talk about the way then they treat the way then they go Middle East and they take them passports. Yeah, that's so then they do them. But trust me, not to the right way down there. And we get agents them even the same thing, and they go now India, and then they go now Bangladesh, then they go do them same thing. Some of them, some people, and before they come now the Middle East, then they take money at their hand. Take money, some people and they land and go pong. You understand? But at the end of the day, government don't understand out for liaise with some of them contractors overseas. Because one, how waiting make KBR hire you directly, then they take and say, now if you then can hire 500 people in a salon, now the government they help. They don't need any third party for go because they know so when third party go there, they want you then they hire, let's satisfy, let's glad for go work, let's do the work where they take you for. You understand? Because they experience all the same back and forth. African people, when they go through them, then they cut the money. Then look at the, I don't know, I'm not because I'm not going to talk exactly, but I know say then go through the government. That money they pay $150. Can you imagine? Well, yes, to me, a good thing because other opportunity can go come. You understand? The bad side there and the good side there. But trust me, the good side, this BNT for most start that program there, but people don't come and go. Some people and they create as I talk to you. So a lot of people are go tell you so over 1,000 people where they go do small thing and go make small place for themselves, then get business money. It help because country absolutely no better work nowadays. You understand? Work not in our country. So anyhow I look at we in a poor country, we they done the last 10 poor country then at the world. India and they far from India and then they go there. Yeah, now they buck agents then they go. We get some other American contractor they say 30 they would pay bell for bringing the kind of salon. They still they look low upon me, look down upon me. You know where they salon, you not come out, you're not gonna know how the one old world they hate black man. Now we begin go now the Middle East, now they go see Arab man and first of all how they're racist. Then and they're racist. Even Indians there. Indians are one of the people away racist passport. Unless where you travel. So when you travel, you get the good and bad part. But to me, like what I say, so they lift this, at least sometimes another opportunity to come for other people. It good to me. Yes. So now my own contribution that. Thank you
Thank you
very
very much, Usman. Thank you.
Yeah.
Please, Lord, just try for limit to don't get a lot of missed calls them. No call again, but you be don't call. We they return the calls them now, yeah? As long as you be don't call, we no worry. We they return the calls them. And when we return the calls, please answer. See, now one person we return to so we'll not get them, so we go to the next one. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Tripoli. Thank you, all the listeners. Them. Bless you now for coming up with them program, yeah. Because, like, especially this topic, I can say me, I know much about this Middle East. I don't be a victim. Me, I know me you take inside. I just they talk to proper government. If the money where we leader than they get, instead of them take this money, then go to out of the country for go invest. Let them build small factory where we sister them. If not plastic safe, then they make. If not like them juice, then they pay them 200, 500,000. It's more better than going to the Middle East. The people are not value we. And a system will not go ever able change. Now system will be in place. The Middle East they sit down, they make a conference. The time where they don't put say now this system now for exist in that place, then that system, nobody able to change it. Nobody able to change it. The salary wise, the worst of it where you go now the Middle East. You healthcare, the healthcare, they not value where you sick, they not value you. That time when you sick, they not get sick pay, they not care about you. If you know hard, you know they able to see doctor, you know they able to go hospital. But if we government, we country, yes, I hear it. Waiting that my brother they talk na Maryland. The money where they give you, If you put her in place, you return her a country, you go able to do better thing. But before you do get that money, we the cancel for it's that money they sweet you. They able to do nothing for you. But what they cause that now because of a leader, they need to put things in place. If one leader you able to open 2-3 factory. Me, I remember the time when we get them brewery 86. Then it's today 89, 1990 brewery before the war they come. How many thousands of young men they would work in a brewery? If they say today burning, even the one they will know the work day, the one they would in that area, that ordinary cartoon, that biscuit factory. Let we government the land for open small factory that would engage 100, 200 people then, rather than going to the Middle East. They will sister wouldn't you talk so we then you go now the Middle East. Them boss them man them, then they use them boss them picking them, then they grip them, then they violate them. You don't get nothing what you do. They not get mind talk them, then they rape them. Because when the day inside us, they say if you not agree, now so then they do, then they pull left. We demand them, me, I don't go Qatar. Now under the sun, you sick, you not sick. Yeah, now know the candy, but now system with them put in place, say now so we the work them. Worldwide, the international organization, they don't try, they don't do all kinds of things. They know you will move. Government they will do nothing, no condition, not the way they able change. You feeding the food, now general food. Now the Indian then them overcome. Now food, now the Juna. Africa and West Africa, you know, used to you eat egg and soup. You eat this corn and soup, pap. You see the eat it. What kind eats this? That money when they pay you, now you go back, you go buy food. People in the street, government say yes because of work no day, then they go to people, let them try, let them open a small factory, let we people and would survive day rather than them go na the Middle East. Me na me take down it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on your name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, I mean, Mohammed Kebi, the call from Australia.
Yes, Mohammed Kebi, get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, Triple, first of all, I want to commend you for this thing what you do, but I feel say no more limited. Really, the thing we make us say limited because some of them valid points them here so and then contributions here so where they come. If I really let the government they listen, because if they listen to us and here so then go before act on some of them advices here so they give me, especially where we get from we two people that will contribute, the woman and Ephraim, right? If then they get the opportunity for the listening to that kind of platform here, so at least they go for the work in the right direction way then they talk of, right? It's good with this program, right, for we brothers and sisters. But we know say most of the people that we can suffer the highest in this particular thing are the woman them. Right? The man them, some man we know waiting he left behind us. Now so we can do where we come oversee. We know waiting we left behind. So when we can put extra effort for make at least waiting we left behind. Right? Some man can able for cope, but woman mostly not able for cope. Right? Woman mostly not able for cope. But what me they say in terms of this intermediary way come in between. As long as we the last time I've been on the contribute, I don't talk about honesty in Sierra Leoneans. Some of we make we dey behind that country, we not honest to ourselves, right? We don't know say this not the situation. When we come, at least let we advocate well, we go make we sister and brother then go, they're well protected. We not go do them. We go know say this is hot. This now the challenges when they go facing, they can never come out and tell them. Then we can make the situation, the picture clear now, and then they add their own into them. Add their own. Like for example, if they know say the charge is going for bid this, then they can make them, if not $1,000, $2,000, then we can make them $3,000. Because they are honesty not there. You see, we not afraid God. We need to go back We need to go back now to we Quran and we Bible. Let we kneel down to God. Let God show mercy in that country. Day. Now some of them petiting and they bring problem inside. Because if we know say this 9 them is inside, if we say no for talk at intermediary, we can come and go to authorities. Authorities can voice them. Then you can see the government can come inside. Until we make them straight. Some of them things are so now yonder the loopholes can they, now yonder the problem can they. Now yonder the problem when they don't go inside now, then they begin suffer. We see that they begin suffer. We they begin get some kind treatment. We know past now they begin crying now government come or government come or government come or something like this. You see, now this me feels I can contribute. At least if we able or again, if we able forget, if we able to get government officials into their platform, at least let we get interview with them. Or let we get ask them questions. When then go back, then go before go, now then cabinet meeting or whatever, then go before make corrections in some of them problem that so they cry, also they cry. Not so every two then they say government they go see. We the layman at the grassroots now we go understand the problem where we they facing. So when they get them platform here, they come into the platform here. So we go for facing and we go for cry. Personally, we have problems. So they when they go now, they go for address. You see? So this is my contribution for me.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, this is I call from the US.
Yes, I get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, one thing I observe is always the Allah, 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 Allah. But sometimes some people know it shows any form of empathy for real people, them, you know. Whether they go, then Gulf states them or be known to anybody. Now, also, then go also, because if things then go back home, nobody no go left in country to go do the menial jobs in the overseas. I want you for taking into consideration, you know. So the thing which Janet said, to me, it makes sense of all the contribution we made so far, in my own opinion, where you say how Philippines and India do this regulation, you know, where they forget people in a hostel, then they tap at the host and they work 9 to 5. I think that's where government should come inside. Government should be involved. You know, government should be involved in everything, but whereby you get your people in where they call for help from a foreign language and they catch at time and expression operation, government need to step in and put things in place where will help your citizens. Them nothing wrong in that. You know, we need to call government for do everything, but certain things the way government needs to stand firm. You know, after all, now the government and people, the government is the people. So you got to take care of the people, whether it's home or abroad, you know. So for people in the government not getting nothing for do with that, it doesn't make any sense to me. Because the government is the people. You know, the people and put government there. That's my submission.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yes, I'm Eric calling from Switzerland.
Yes, Eric, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Now, in relation with this bill, this bandwidth and lift, right? You know, at least you go help civilian person.
I don't know, Eric. We lost you on connection issue. So I don't know if we lost you just now. I'll try Eric again. I think let me see if this one.
Your message for.
Okay. Yeah, we lost you just now.
Hello?
Yeah, we don't get you back.
Yes, I think the network not being in our favor. Yeah, as I was saying, I said a good thing. At least it will help with brothers and sisters when they go out there for get a better contract, because most of them agents here now like then they dupe people them. After they go and take a lot of money in their hand, then I mean they land them in a situation where again they're not going to help them, you know. So like good thing for this ban, and notwithstanding that, again, governments careful really they do follow up, because some of them Middle East countries there, they don't respect human rights. That I can say because we get an experience on that, and some of the one that we don't get experience not inside and they directly you reading stories them horrible stories with a lot of abuses, you know. So governments get for really create job within the country for encourage people and not for go out too much, for go land themselves into this kind of modern slavery, you know, because now we're working out in our country and make people and they go out there, risk them their life, go do that kind, go end up in that kind of slavery then they, you know. And most of the people that we can end up in India, now people that we mostly can come out like them, up countries, you know, can't free tongue, can't seek job, then you know end up not get job now, free tongue. Then I mean they can easily persuade them people in there, you know. Government need for help them people in there, at least whether they in farming, they able go back, who say come out, able for do in farming. Not so because you come out there means say you go able make an alive. There are a lot of people and they were on there in a salon, they still make them, you know, with them small thing they wouldn't do, whether it be farming, fishing, stuff then like this, you know. So government really get for create job. By creating more jobs for people, they encourage people and for stay. Countries like Ghana, you get countries in Africa, a few countries in Africa with people in, then they work within a country and they make and they, you know. So now that's my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. We get internet issues, so Eric will be we last caller. Eric now we last caller. On the radio, we still there live, but on Facebook, I think we don't get issues there. And for start a new one all the way again, on out in our Facebook, on I go yeah and I YouTube, I end. I don't think so. Want for start another one again because we don't reach to the end of the program. What's in me decide for saying the government of Sierra Leone people they say they not they listen. They do listen. Then they listen to a program. And they listen. And not for say we know they approach them for bring them on board. But for one reason, they know they come. But then they listen. And as promised, the caller from Lebanon, as long as he comes alone and me there, we will continue that conversation there. We will continue the conversation. We will get him for make you explain more. You know, and whatever evidence they can, we will go share them so that more people go able for know what in really they go on there. But I believe say, just like as I've been saying earlier, I believe say the government get a role for play. Then they lift the ban. Yes, even with the ban on, people being still they go underground and then still they go. But now it's like they legalize and say yes, it can be done now, and they have plenty things there where they need for put in place. Yes, they don't always say they don't put in place your employment. Inside that employment sector, they maybe not didn't go talk how much o'clock to how much o'clock, but will they honor it? If they not honor them, what's next for the people? Eh? If they not honor them, what's next? Let me see. Yes, caller, you did live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, good morning, Leone. I have a call from Dubai. My name is Nasiruddin.
Yes, and then what's in you want for contribute on this topic today?
Well, anyway, we save a victim from, not say from the starting from Iraq 2005, 2010, go Iraq, go Kuwait, all with the follow up with the program with Ministry of Labour. All the employment and then no be easy really. So my own contribution to government, you get work then we they really then good enough pass some of the contracts we then can take. If I assess the contracts no more. I'm glad the way they open the lift the ban, but no more they accept they check. Let them check proper the salary basis because like this program work out so I did right now at Dubai. Now subcontractor who pass through the Ministry of Labour, they know about we and they pay we good. All waiting the people and put in place while they tell you so. A correct, a confirm, and they pay we up to let me just say 6 million, sir. So all the other contract they go pay post like 2 million or 3 million, Labour no for approve them contract in the that is under payment. Look, and this program they tell you so the people still need people them. Like you want kind side, but I don't know really what they go on at the ministry when they need to take them contracts or they take their underpaid job then the all the one there they tell you for free. Always see people they talk so not true. I don't go all inside in the and I know say some of them go they like the labor minister labor officer good somebody to me. It's be me good. So like this contract what they tell you so we can at Dubai. I don't know if they get contract for car. This guy really need people them. But not really waiting Sierra Leone government the all am down for. Because it tell we say our government can get the problem. And we can as a test of us. And then they pay we good, like I tell you, so up to 6 million. All
Una
things in
Amos.
place. Now you
Una
go
Amos where you go there?
now we 8. Now
Okay,
we
una
8. I
8.
think if for
Okay.
nobody yes, if for nobody we can security. Dubai we did.
Okay.
Right? Why is other program then they where they subcontract with labor there, where they can work as labor, when they pay them 2 million. Can you imagine? When a laborer work and they take them contract, them boy they need some I meet some man I don't 7 years, they able to achieve nothing. Just like we go Iraq achieve nothing. Some of them will go home and not get nothing. So why they take them contracts there? Because the one we get these contracts that be Ghanaian, really. A gonna salon but he no get license for recruit. So he joins Sierra Leone team, then we get a license, no count test. We don't test now, we don't tell them say all team confirm. They not agree give the guy green light again for go take people in. And any thousands, the car they tell you. Right now they do overtime and they work 20 days. The only me volunteer who also force them they force you. And they work 20 days because we get short wages. 6 million, can you imagine? They left farm don't man and dinner back when the same program they pass through can back when they pay the underpaid. And they saw you for them, so 2 million. So they're not for they take them contracts, they don't have your advice no more for there.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, caller.
Okay, it's a long number we they talk.
Okay, no problem. Well, would I hear that one day? Salon government, Ministry of Labour. Yes, it's good. Una lift the ban. It's good with all waiting una don't put in place, thinking to say that one day I go solve things. But Obayanda, I did the wahala di. So they say the Philippines and other the India then do things them way and go look for level young government to do. Please. We don't want again we people then go, then begin suffer, then begin strain. We don't want that. So please, would they beg? Do ya? Now we'll go end everything for today. Till we meet again tomorrow on another one. Triple say, tata.